Ciaccona's Resonator Showcase, as well as the combat showcase for the character, has dropped recently. And I know I'm a little bit late for it, but I don't give a flying frick about being late on these because I am still excited for this character. I'm gonna be honest though, I'm a little mixed on if I'm actually pulling, because I think Ciaccona is gonna be a pretty massive support for Cartethyia, which is a character I really want to pull for. But I'm low on pulls, gang, and so I'm unsure if I need that best in slot support character for Cartethyia. Am I gonna have to swipe, or can I get away with it? And I'm hoping these trailers are gonna help make that decision for me and help me reach that conclusion. So let's see. Ciaccona, do we need you or do we not? Let's find out, shall we?
Bow your heads and let us pray. May the
order
Sentinels still the storm's fury and calm the wrathful seas, and guide us onto the path of righteousness.
I really like her design. I really like her design, and it reminds me a lot of like a druid from like Dungeons and Dragons. It's something about like those like horn antlers and just like maybe the pointed ears as well, like with that whole elven aesthetic. Which also, Kuro, are we ever gonna explain why there's just like elves here? Is that just like gonna be ever explained, or like nah? Okay, cool, thanks.
It may glitter, but it is far from gold.
Well, that's because the Order has been co-opted and corrupted by the Threnodian and what's-his-face.
If it isn't our wandering bard.
What are we singing today, huh?
Oh, what are we singing today, yeah?
Something different.
Her voice is cute. I like it. This is adorable. I think this is a fantastic choice. Fantastic choice to do this. Because she's supposed to be like a bard. Singing is part of her kit. That was adorable. 100% they needed to go this direction. Cute. Oh, what did she land on? That looked painful. Back pointed onto a boat. Dang. Oh. Uh-oh. Why is she out in the ocean? Oh, jeez. Oh, jeez, Rick. I don't know, Rick. That's awesome. Oh, it's the whale. But did we free him? Okay, hold on a second here. Hold on a second here. I'm loving this, but look, she's just straight up flying around in combat. So if that's not something I'm going to be able to do when I get this character, that's false advertising, and I am disappointed, Kuro Games. No, I'm not going to lie, that's awesome. And I love when they still incorporate like 2D effects into the 3D animation. It just like combos super well, especially like with this. I like this personally a lot, but that was awesome. Love the incorporation of the song. Love it. Second movement, Trials and Tragedy.
Charlatans! You twist the divine will! You will answer for this.
Oh, these are those pilgrimages.
Fool, the divine's will is beyond your understanding.
The lip sync's a little bit rough, not gonna lie. Oh.
Don't go!
Don't cry. You want to be a knight like me.
The rain's going up.
To protect this city. I must go.
It's the whatever effect. I can't remember what it's called. Ciaccona!
The hopes thou envision are born of desperation. Tragedy is the fate that awaiteth you all.
That had to have been in the past, right? Because she's gone. Sentinel's gone. The Imperator? Sentinel Imperator? Gone. So I guess that this is like a flashback. That makes more sense.
However thorny the road ahead, we must hold our heads high. For poetry and music shall guide us forward.
Yeah, it's all colorful again.
Let us
I think that's her.
Once more.
That's her alt animation, right?
Reborn from the ashes of tragedy.
I love that. That's speaking to my heart a little bit. That's straight up like her alt right there. See, I love when they don't shy away from it. Don't shy away from it. Show us what the character does. That was so epic. I'm not gonna lie. That shot of Cartethyia standing on those bodies, that goes hard, dude. That goes hard. Hey! Hey! That was when we arrived in Renacida and we met Phoebe. So she was there like watching the whole time. I didn't die.
Divinity, can you hear the poems I recite and the songs I sing?
Bit of an abrupt ending, but that's okay. I really liked that trailer. I also, the one thing I love that what they show at the end there with like Ciaccona and her story and kind of the whole balance overall in Renacida of like the idea between like the divine and like the order and how they're balancing all of that like there's not this like overt like pure anti-religion narrative that's kind of going on here. It's more so focusing on like corruption and the difficulty with that. I'm sure if you're looking at it like really simplistically of the idea of that, like, oh no, this is very much like an anti-religion narrative. I don't think it is that. I think it very much is focusing on like the corruptibility of like humanity and how that can be like led astray, but it's not purely just like an anti-religious sentiment overall. And I like that they're being complex with it, and kind of like how they've been complex with some of the other families and like the Thessalias and some of the original appearances of those families, but actually the truth that lies underneath. But I really like the storytelling that they've done so far with Wuthering Waves, and I'm not gonna lie, I like that. I don't know if that's necessarily the strongest trailer that Wuthering Waves has ever dropped for a particular character, but it definitely was one that I really enjoyed. And I think a bard style character that needs a lot of kind of like singing and incorporation and movements and those kind of things, it's something I definitely really enjoyed for that. However, we do have the combat showcase, which is like big W from Kuro Games. Let's see this combat showcase fully in operation here. What you got? Show me, Ciaccona. Ciaccona, show me. Whoa! Jump scare, 2D animation. That looks so good.
Off we go. May my poems light the way on your path ahead.
That was good. That was good. Okay, I was hooked in that first part. Oh my gosh, that came out of nowhere, that 2D animation. Let's go. Oh my gosh. One of the great things I love that they do with their combos in Wuthering Waves is like when the characters just straight up like disappear for a second to really communicate that feeling of speed from the characters. Like they'll like start the slash and all of a sudden just like disappear for a few frames, reappear in another location. The way that it like telegraphs that feeling of speed and intensity, love that, and love seeing that in Ciaccona's kit. I really fear that she's gonna be like relegated to like sing on field, and that's what you do, kind of like, I don't know, Astra Yao or like Robin in Honkai Star Rail, where you don't really like utilize the full character's kit. You just freaking sing so I can play. I hope that's not the case with Ciaccona, but I've got a sneaking suspicion that's the case. That was a great animation flare there with the wink. So those are the clones she drops. Ultimate. That's cool. Let the show begin. Isn't there another character who says that? There's another character in another game who says that, and I legitimately can't remember. Please comments, tell me who that is. Let the show begin. Who does that? Who does that? Nice. Arrow Rover. Gotta show them both because they're both canon. See, she there singing. I really do think that's what she's gonna be relegated to. Are they showing the same clip at the end?
Can you hear the poems I recite and the songs I sing?
I have a feeling that's going to be in her character story, that scene specifically, because they've shown it multiple times now, and I feel like it's definitely something they feel is going to be important to the character, if I do say so myself. But that's really cool. I can still really fear, and I think the reality is she's just going to be like an off-field character where you activate her singing, her ultimate. You basically just build her ultimate, let it sing, and then you switch over to like a hyper carry like Cartethyia. You're probably using Arrow Rover as like a support or something mixed in there. So I like the character overall. I really do. But with the amount of pulls that I've got that are like so low, I don't know, gang. I might have to wait till the end of this patch. Wait till the end of, I think it's 2.3 we're on right now, 2.3. And wait till the end of 2.3 before I really fully make that decision. We get more like official details for, I believe it's Cartethyia and Lupa who've been drip marketed. And so once I got more of those details, I'll probably reach my final decision because I don't want to swipe, but maybe. Depending on what's happening with the characters, I might actually go through with that, but we'll have to see. But let me know what you think in the comments down below. Are you going to be pulling on Ciaccona? Are you not going to be pulling on Ciaccona? I would love to hear your thoughts and opinions on it. Should I pull on Ciaccona? Let me know. You know, backseat. You can backseat in the comments on this one. Just this one, though. Don't you freaking dare do it on another one. But that's going to be it for this one, everybody. Thank you so much for watching. We'll see you next time.